Hey everyone, hope everybody's doing well. We're in the month of March. This is a video explanation of my number 1380, which came through on the 19th. Over a couple of days or a couple times during the day. Yeah, I got another one just started already. A couple sections, which I'll share when I finish getting it. This one I think is about 2 pages long. Some of it talks for me and about me. Most of it is just general information. And some questions it asks. Starts off with 4 or 5 questions. Provides the answer. Love. What is love? God in heaven above. So they come across this question with an exclamation. An obvious answer. Love. What is love? God in heaven above. God is love. Which is interesting because the first message I ever got when I wasn't really fully aware or woken, when I was young, high school, home came through and said, God is. And the main line was God is love. And ended. That was the only thing I ever got all my life up until the full awakening. So love, what is love? God, love is God. God in heaven above. Hate, what is hate? Feelings lost when it's too late. Feelings lost. Feelings lost when it's too late for you to feel, when it's too late for you. And then you have nothing left but hate, which is what darkness is. Joy, what is joy? Embracing God/Jesus as a little girl or boy. What did Jesus say to us? Come to me as a little child, which is very meek, very humble, very innocent, unblemished. So joy, what is joy? Just being able to embrace God and Jesus in that perspective, in that in that level of being, as a little girl or boy. Pleasure, what is pleasure? Building in heaven your heavenly treasure. That's awesome. Sharing, what is sharing? Giving unto others, there is no comparing. Charity unbounded, 'tis the greatest joy. Seek to do it at all you employ. To do charity. Now with Ukraine things going on, all the other stuff going on in this world, it's easy to do so. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. It can be acts, charitable acts, random acts of kindness in your busy life. I mean, taking care of your families is believe in God and take care of your family is the primary thing. So outside that, as things are presented, He knows how busy you are. But focus on Him. He'll present these opportunities. God in heaven rewards all those whose souls believed and hence arose. Again, the 4 things these souls have to believe in. We all have to believe in what others got trapped. I help get to the light when I'm able to accomplish. Believe, repent, forgive, and let go. Above all, believe. Believe in God. And it addresses that. It's not just talking about faith, it's talking about belief, which is knowing, knowledge. To have the knowing. Defend the cause of those in need. Their hearts for you, and this part's specifically speaking to me. Defend the cause of those in need. Their hearts, for to you, bleed. See, their hearts bleed unto me. They cry out to me. These spirits that gather that are lost. Go to the place of greatest need. Souls of the many shall they heed. So go to the place of greatest need, wherever it may be. Gathering places that I know of and don't know of yet. Cemeteries. The souls of the many there, they shall heed what I tell them. By the course of spiritual blood, the many remain from ancient flood. So that was interesting. By the course of spiritual blood, with the flow of the spirit, the spiritual realm, the many remain along this course, this process of transition, living, passing, and hopefully getting the light. Along there, many have been lost. And many remain from the ancient flood, so from before the flood time. So there's many souls out there that are still here. They're still stuck. Oh, the doubters, belay your cause. Ignore their travails. Give no pause. Which I don't. Doubters, I share things with, I lose them. I'm explaining things, talking about God. I see where they shut down because it's outside their understanding of their belief system, or their perspective. Again, those are just flat earthers. If you're so set in your viewpoint and your understanding that nothing else is correct, how are you going to grow? How are you going to grow? Because when you take that stance, anybody takes that stance, basically saying they know it all. They know it all, which is taking upon thyself the assumption, the stance of being God, who does know it all. That's self-idolatry, which breaks the second commandment, and therefore the first commandment. So don't get this know-it-all perspective or attitude. And people like that, get away from them. They're in bad shape. Then you got to make it into the light. Not initially. They're going to suffer a lot for it. Open up your heart, and the mind will follow. Take the stance that I don't know it all. That's part of the reason Jesus came here to wipe the slate clean, not just of sin, but of the perspective, the knowing what was known of God. Wipe it clean because it's all been distorted. You have to have that relationship with God to learn directly through Him, through Spirit. To learn the truth, the unadulterated, uncorrupted, unpoisoned truth. So all the doubters belay your cause. They blow it off. They ignore it. They poo it. Put it down. It's crazy, whatever. Ignore their travails. Give no pause. So don't even deal with it. And it can be people close to you, family, friends, relatives, co-workers, peers, or just general people out there. You gotta let them go because they're going to hold you back. They're going to poison your perspective. Therefore, you will never grow in the light. Enjoy the love of those we've sent. They too proceeded from sacred tent. And I do enjoy them. I'm thankful for those in spirit form that are around me all the time, that come and go, that help me in different ways. Joy to behold, too soon to mention. Plagues of man shall garner attention. So it's joy to behold for me and all the true believers. Too soon to mention. Too soon for them to say. Again, too soon can mean decades from now. Plagues of man shall garner attention. The plagues of man shall garner attention. People's attention, my attention. And again, plague doesn't necessarily mean it's viral or bacterial. It could be other kinds. Remember the 12 plagues, the locusts. There was blood in the water. There was death to the firstborn. There's different kinds of plagues. Not necessarily biological. Wars do come, of this be thou certain. And this was on the 19th. This is before Russia invaded. Wars do come, of this be thou certain. This could be other ones. Look for China. Look for North Korea. Look for others. They're coming. Where and specifically when, how. If I learn something, I share it. Otherwise, it's not for me to know. Wars do come, of this be thou certain. Much, much more behind the curtain shall apply their evil unto the world, claiming those whose colors are so swirled. So wars do come, of this be certain. Much, much more behind the curtain, which is unseen to us, veil of Ruth, shall apply their evil, the darkness, shall apply their evil unto the world. This is four angels in the light exhibiting, affecting the world more. Angels of apocalypse, or of God. So darkness shall come into the world more and more stronger than before. And it shall claim those whose colors are so swirled. In other words, they're spiritual colors. I mentioned this swirled and unswirled many times. The spiritual colors. We all have a spiritual color, like a rainbow. It's specific, either specific to those who are pure, or specific to each one of us. That I'm not sure, but the colors, it's unswirled. These are clearly delineated. But if they're swirled, it means they've been corrupted on the soul level, on the spiritual level. Now, this was interesting. Joseph of Arimathea comes to aid. By your side, was as Christ was laid. So I know I was there at his birth, Christ's birth. I was there at his crucifixion. Beyond that, I'm not sure if I was there. I was saying I was there as he at his burial. So by his side, by my side, by your side, he was as Christ was laid. So that was interesting to learn. Two of the many brothers in light guard his side to aid your plight. Two of the many brothers, my brothers in light. I don't know if there's two apostles, there's two followers back then, there's just two warrior brothers, sisters, brothers of light, in general. But they're at his side, Joseph of Arimathea's side, to also aid my plight. Peace unto you, Alathiel's son, as mentioned to me, speaking to me, the Alathiel spirit, soul in me, not to the Tim. Tim is the host. Who you see is Tim, the host, temple, the body, soul. Alathiel is the co-host, co-habitator. Peace unto you, Alathiel's son, you are chosen to be the one. Anger inside the host you dwell, which is Tim. So anger inside the host in which I dwell shall in time serve you well, which is why he's not fully unburdened Tim of past pain or anger fully, completely, because I'm going to need it as to strengthen me in what comes ahead. It makes sense because I was bullied as a child, so there's still some anger about that. And if I see bullying, Russia's doing it on the national level or personal level, or somebody near me that I love, then I immediately react. I immediately get angry and want to protect, fight against that. So that's why it hasn't unburdened me of that, because I'm going to need that as a motivation, as a motivator, as a strength. So anger inside the host you dwell shall in time serve you well. Bide your time in patient seed, for of thy burden you shall be freed. So bide your time, tell me to bide my time in patient seed, in the seeds of patience that grow. We'll just simply just be patient, bide your time, for thy burden, for of thy burden you shall be freed. So in the end it'll be taken. Take thy course of truest nature, which is the one that truest nature, of course, is Lathiel, is spiritual, directly from God, and the path he laid out for me. So take thy course of truest nature, following the path he has laid out for me. This in time shall rise in stature. Wonderful. What is humblest is the greatest. This is for everybody. What is humblest is the greatest. That which greatest, soul 'tis wasteth. And what did Jesus say? Those who are first shall be last, those who are last shall be first. Be humble, meek, come before God. So that particular person, spiritual level, and things in the world, events, actions, so forth, that which greatest shall be the soul 'tis wasteth. This will waste those who purport themselves to be great, to raise up in power and fame and wealth. They shall be last. The soul is wasted. Well, that is humblest, is the greatest. And it's asked, do you believe in what you believe? And I spoke of earlier in this video. Do you believe in what you believe? Faith cometh first to them who are free. From lies deception, knowledge receive. First was given beneath the tree. So I'm asking, do you believe in what you believe? Which is all the distortion that you've been given throughout life, throughout history. Faith cometh first to them who are free of that, what they believed, of those misconceptions. Again, which is why Jesus wiped the slate clean. Faith cometh first to them who are free from lies and deception. The knowledge they receive shall then be given, as it first was given beneath the tree of life. So again, you gotta, what I mentioned many times, what they said early on. Open your heart and mind will follow, and your spiritual senses awaken, and you have to unlearn all that you've learned so that you can begin to learn what you need to learn. So unlearn, forget, Wipe the slate clean of all that you've learned so that you can begin to learn correctly what you need to learn to grow in God's light. Fulfill your purpose. Peace, my friend, oh joy and grace. Soon you'll behold his face. Time as is time that was. All God says he does. So time as it is now, is time that was. It's occurred over and over and over. All these wars, all this over and over and again. Before the flood, after the flood. All God says he does. Be of course thou setteth upon, until the day from earth you're gone. So in other words, stay the course I'm on, that following, until the day from earth that I'm gone. Many lives you have led. Again, this is where I get this information from. I don't make it up. Many lives you have led, all thy loved ones long since dead. Be at peace, their souls do rest. Some as yet must pass test. So all made it to the light. You of soul shall aid their cause, be able to help them. Awesome. As we send without pause. So, you of soul shall aid their cause, me, shall aid their cause as they send to me without pause, without end, continuously. Brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, children, wives, countless others. So they'll be sending me brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, children, wives, countless others. So aid their cause. I'm assuming it's those who I've known in previous lives becoming, have not made it to light. So since they mentioned before this, some as yet must pass a test. They'll be sending me these people from other lives, me to help them get to the light. And it goes on to speak of them, pardoned sins long forgotten, forgiveness by God, long begotten. And God forgives. Before it's even a thought in your mind, he's already forgiven you for your wrongs. Doesn't mean just go do anything. Continue to try to do better. When you do fail, immediately ask forgiveness, which is already given, but out of respect, ask for it and believe that you've been forgiven and forgive yourself and let it go. Offer it up to him. Again, 3 times a day. Try to remember 3 times a day, at least once a day. I still forget sometimes, get busy and forget to do the 3rd time. But always in the morning and at night, at least twice I'm doing it. Just offer it up. And if I sin any other time during the day, I immediately do that. Because I don't want it to settle on me. The longer it's on me, becoming a burden, it's like a leech burrows in, a worm burrows into your spirit, like a poisonous insect. That's how darkness works. Like they hook you with a barbed hook. You get it offered up, get rid of it before they start to reel you in, away from God. Now, this was interesting. Ode to Joy, which is Beethoven's music. Ode to Joy, O heavenly song, rings throughout the gathering throng. Do the thing you know so well, day of which we shall tell. So that's referencing sending help spirits go to the light. So tell me to do that on the day of which they shall tell me to do it. Which when I do it. Sleep, my friend, rest assured, all to pass shall be endured. So I'll be able to handle all that comes in the future. Lord, Lord, praise Lord Jesus Christ. Awesome word of God. So awesome messages for me, for everybody. And again, you gotta put aside, wipe your mind clean, and ask him his help. He's here to help us in all things. Ask him to help you let go of all your misconceptions and all your lies and deceit and all your burdens, and to help, ask for help to grow and learn the correct way. When you start to experience things, just be a light bulb moment in your mind, or it could be something you're reading in the Bible. It happened to me many times early on. Just boom, suddenly I got the deeper meaning. Sometimes multiple deeper meanings. That's how it works. You have to be open to it. Ask him for his help. Stay safe. Peace in Christ. God bless.